Assalamu alaikum guys, just before we get into the episode, I just wanted to drop a quick disclaimer. We had a few issues with our microphones that we used this time round, and so I've actually chosen to put the backup audio up instead of the microphone audio. It's still really high quality, it's a great podcast. I just thought I'd let you guys know because there's a bit of a difference between this episode and the audio in the previous episodes. With that being said guys, I hope you enjoy the episode and let's get into it. Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome to Freshly Grounded episode 27. We are in the United Arab Emirates.
Dubai.
Hey, Dubai, man. Hey Sam, how's your flight?
Flight was okay.
Yeah, we'll discuss it more later on, yeah? Just hold them thoughts real quick. Yeah man, now we are in Dubai guys. We spoke about it all in the podcast, so we won't go into it too deep. Alhamdulillah, we arrived safely. Our host is treating us beautifully. Make dua for them. And just before we do get into the podcast, Sam, there's something real quick I wanted to bring up with you.
Go on.
As a guy who lives in St Albans, as a guy who's got a kid, I don't know about you, but I want to make sure that I implement Deen. When inshallah, if Allah blesses me with children, I want to make sure that they learn Deen
from young and the correct way.
Yeah,
the correct people. Yes.
Bro,
yes.
exactly.
How do you find that,
bro?
How do you find that?
I've got something for you. But let me just tell you something real quick. You said something that resonates a lot. Not only do I want, inshallah, if Allah blesses me with children, them to learn it in the right way, to learn a Deen, but I want them to learn it in the right way, bro. Like from Quran and Sunnah, as understood by the companions, as understood by the best predecessors, the Salaf. Do you know what I mean? And that is something that you can't just go into. Obviously, it's a tough thing to find. Do you know what I mean? And
like a needle in a haystack.
It's a needle in a haystack, yes. But Sam, I've got some good news for you. Your boy Fizz has got some good news for you.
We got.
Let me hit you down with it. Al Furqan School in St Albans.
I know it.
You know it already?
Alhamdulillah. Of course, I can't send my child. He's way too young. But yeah, I know it. Saturday mornings.
Saturday mornings, Saturday school. They teach children from the age of 3 to 18 years old.
Yep.
So all the way up to 18, Saturday school, and you learn how to read Quran. So from how to read Quran. So literally, your child, my nephew right now is 3 years old, yeah, Isa, and he could now go to the school and start learning how to read Quran because he hasn't started learning that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you learn basic Islamic studies as like from the Quran and the Sunnah. It's a Saturday school. But you're probably thinking, that's all great, fine and dandy, big old face sitting there with slightly larger shoulders, and I'd say you're right, but you might think I want to learn a couple of things here and there as well. I also find it hard to find some classes that are taught in the right with the right kind of Islam, the Quran and Sunnah. Yeah, and do you want to say that, Sam?
What do you say?
I said they do a bit of they do the old adult classes as well.
Friday night study circle. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yes. Don't know why I even questioned you there, Sam. Yeah. And if you're thinking, how do I get access to all of this? How do I find out more information? You need to go to furqanstanalbans.org. So I'll spell that out for you. That's FURQANSTALBANS.org. So people around St Albans, London area, if you're around the surrounding area, maybe you might be in Luton, maybe you might be in Watford, maybe you might be in Northwood, maybe you might be in Edgware. All of these places, about 20-minute drive you into St Albans.
Even further, to be fair, for driving for knowledge, I recommend these classes so much. The brothers that teach this are authentic Quran and Sunnah, people who support the Quran and Sunnah, nothing but the Quran and Sunnah. So even if you have to travel 2 hours, wallahi, it's worth it. These Friday night study circles are so powerful, and the school on Saturday morning is so powerful. So remember, it's in Albans, it's not too far from London, that opens up everywhere. It's for travel for knowledge, it's most definitely worth it, inshallah.
Yeah man, and definitely the fact that the children thing, like, if you're studying from 3 to 18, you don't have to take your kid to one school at the age of 3 to learn Quran, and then when he hits 7, they no longer have anything for them, so you have to find another school. And it's literally from 3 to 18. By the time you hit 18, as you'll find out in this podcast, you're a man.
You're a man, yeah.
Also brought to you guys by probably, in my opinion, the world's best coffee shop, 5950_NINE on Instagram, 59 coffee shop, coffee juice bar. Also in St Albans.
You'd think
this is a St Albans podcast.
You would.
You'd be wrong. It's a Dubai podcast.
It's true.
59 coffee, fresh juice. They also do soy coffee, which I tried recently. Lovely. I had a soy cappuccino, large actually, from there the other day. Fresh snacks, vegetarian soups, fresh soups, homemade soups, salads,
sandwiches, soups, everything there.
Yeah. So everything day, yep. 59. Hit up 59 this month, and you get a free energy ball when you order a fresh juice. Juice. Yeah. Juice. Yeah. Wow. How?
And 50% off tote bags.
And 50% off the tote
and they're going quick.
They're going really
Alhamdulillah. Do you know what? I went, like I said earlier, I jumped on the 59 Instagram and to see loads of people in there buying tote bags, taking pictures of tote bags, putting it on social media. It's fantastic. It's good to see. That's all from the power of Freshly Grounded. It's a very powerful podcast. It's
I love that.
Big platform here, alhamdulillah. Another very proud sponsor of ours is Izaha, Izaha.com.
Yeah, IZAHA.com.
And just for the people that always ask, what does Izaha mean?
Man, I'll tell you what, it's a deep thing, man. It means absolutely nothing.
Hey?
It doesn't mean anything, Sam.
You made it up?
I made the word up.
It's clever. It means you could get the domain.
Yeah. And it's short, yeah.
You're a true entrepreneur.
Well,
thinking outside the box.
You know what they say. Izaha.com, go to IZAHA.com, Arabic style caps, hats, t-shirts, jumpers. Enter the code word Freshly Grounded. You get 20% off. I'll give that to you guys. There you go. You can have it. Guys, also brought to you by Flavor, Flavr, your one-stop shop for social media marketing, branding, development, websites, iPhone applications. Hit them up, flavor.co. They're actually releasing their brand new website this month, inshallah. So flavr.co. Guys, lastly but not leastly, you might be thinking, I want to support the podcast. Maybe you want to support the podcast, you want to help us improve our quality, you want to help us get out there, but maybe you don't want to sponsor us, maybe you don't have a business. You know, maybe you'd love to sponsor us if you had your business, but you don't have one. So you can't hit up hello@freshlygrounded.com, help us up with a sponsorship. Guys, you can also donate to the podcast if you go to freshlygrounded.com/donate. You can help the podcast out. All proceedings go to podcast. And yeah, man, like equipment, quality, everything, they go towards Freshly Grounded. With that being said, Sam, what do we talk about in this episode?
We talk about sand, deserts, needles, haystacks.
Our flight.
We talk about our flights, ice cream.
Sleeping pills.
You were speaking about that
drugs.
Lecture of Muhammad Ali that you listened
to. the talk of Muhammad Ali, we spoke about sleeping tablets, legroom, extra width room.
Yeah.
We spoke about sleeping on a plane, praying on a plane.
Tim Humble.
The Unseen, Magic.
Abracadabra.
Yeah.
Horror films.
Teenagers. Boxing.
My dad crying.
Yeah, my dad telling me not to cry.
Big boys don't cry.
Yeah. There's a lot that happens in this podcast, guys. Inshallah, you guys enjoy it. We should hit you up with another podcast, inshallah, later on in this week, maybe in a few days' time. With that being said, guys, let's get into episode 27.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded.
After that bit.
The brand new podcast.
And after that bit?
By best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
Sam, we're in Dubai.
We're in Dubai.
Wow.
That's why I got my sunnies on. It's so hot and shiny out here.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you might be thinking, "Wow, the video quality sucks a bit." It's not the fact that it sucks more than the fact that we have a beautiful view behind us of the desert.
We have a view of the desert behind us.
Yeah, and the other option.
People need to know.
Yeah.
We've travelled 8, 9, 10 hours, however long, with regards to everything. We've travelled hours and hours and hours to get here. To do a podcast on a plain wall, I don't think that.
Yeah, because it was either this or a plain wall.
Does no justice to the fact that we're in Dubai for Freshly Grounded, does it?
Exactly.
So guys, it's a little bit dark. We're both wearing dark clothes as well. But if you can see just behind us, if you can see, we're in Dubai, we're in the desert. And alhamdulillah, this is the first time for me in Dubai. Second time for you, is it? Third time?
Third time, yeah. And it's a podcast where you listen, so stop being so selfish. Yeah?
Nah.
Yeah, stop wanting to always want everything. This is a podcast, it's for your ears.
Alright, mate.
You should be happy that you're even watching this. Some podcasts are even visual.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, most podcasts would surely just be on the podcast album.
Yeah.
So the fact that you get both.
Yeah, you should be happy.
I think they are happy.
You should stop complaining.
You're assuming that they're complaining.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, so we're in jokes.
So big face.
Little Sam.
How you getting on, big boy?
Alhamdulillah.
Nice to be back in the desert.
Bro, it feels nice to be back on air. Missed
Does
last
feel nice
week.
to-
Back on air. It feels nice to be in the desert. Back in the desert.
Yeah, you were here like 9-10 months ago, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I love Dubai, man.
Yeah, I like Dubai as well.
Yeah.
I've only seen one day of it.
Yeah, and you haven't even seen like the tourists there.
What have we done today? On your first day in Dubai, we spent a whole day getting your phone fixed.
Alright, so guys, here's what happened. So basically, we landed at Fajr time. So we came back to the apartment that we're staying at, which is our host's apartment. And just by his apartment, there's a beautiful mosque. You can hear the adhan from outside. And
to be fair, I can actually see probably over 10 mosques in this view. Can you? Can you count on the minarets?
No, but you're probably right, definitely.
What do you mean? You just look and I can see 4 from a provisional view here.
I don't have my glasses on. Sorry, your eyesight's so great. Along the way.
Do you have a bad night's sleep?
I mean,
You tired? Would you say you're tired?
Yeah.
Are you?
Bro, yeah. I mean,
You've been craving coffee.
should we rewind it back to the so we landed here and then we put our bags down in the apartment and then we went straight to the mosque for Fajr, which is beautiful, a beautiful mosque, which you guys probably see through if you check out my vlog, it's on there. But if we rewind it right back, we took a couple of sleeping tablets on the plane, didn't we, Sam?
Yes.
We backed a couple of those sleeping tablets on the plane.
Couple?
Yeah, you backed a couple.
So wasn't taking the big man down.
Nah, it wasn't. You can't take the big man down like that. So we got to Heathrow, and I said, yo Sam, should we take some sleeping tablets with us so we can knock out on the plane? Maybe that will help overnight flight, knock out on the plane, wake up in the morning nice and fresh. That was the plan. Sam was like, you know what, I like that idea. We got to a Boots pharmacy in Heathrow Airport. I picked up the pharmacist there. He said, I was looking at the tablets there, the sleeping tablets. I said to him, bro, are these all the and he goes, yeah, they're the herbal ones. He goes, you want to get these bad boys.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say the bad boys, but he
said they're herbal.
Yeah.
And then what did he describe as the ones that he had?
He said he's got some clinical ones.
Clinical ones.
Yeah. So he goes, do you want the clinical ones? I said, yeah, please. And we got the clinical sleeping tablets, so the ones that actually put you to sleep. And so we're on the plane now, and we prayed Maghrib and Isha. Sam's taken his sleeping tablet, and it didn't take the big man down. What more can we say? He waited. The guy said take it 20 minutes before you want to knock out, and you'll knock out. And Sam, you were up for about an hour.
Breezed for an hour.
Yeah, you breezed for an hour easily. Big man wasn't going down, and I hadn't taken my tablet yet, and Sam had actually taken a second. And
it took me down, man.
Yeah.
It took me down. I was thinking, as I was eating, I was thinking, wow. So I took the plate away and I put it on the floor. And then next thing I know, I'm out. But next thing I know, I'm getting woken up with an ice cream in front of me.
Yep.
And I turned to you all confused, and you're like, trust me, I told them to leave it, trust me. And I was like, I had no idea what was going on. Ripped the top of the ice cream pop off. The spoon snapped straight away. I didn't let it like cool down. So the spoon I had snapped. I threw that away and squeezed it out and just ended up biting it out of the container in the end.
Why? Is that what you did?
I had no spoon, man.
I gave you.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Oh, the little thing.
The little thing. No, it was too small, man. It wouldn't work.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
The thing is, I had just woken up and it was frozen. I didn't have that luxury of like waiting 15 minutes for my ice cream to cool down. It was now or never. So
no, you got your ice cream at the same time as me. I'll tell you the ice cream story in a sec. But basically, I actually, when you woke up, you looked at when your spoon snapped. You looked at me like how a child looks at his father when he's helpless. And it was the first time I saw you in a helpless state, and you just looked at me.
Really?
Yeah, with a really sad face, like my spoon's broke. I don't know what to do. Like you were so tired, and you were drowsy on these sleeping tablets that you didn't have a way of expressing yourself. So you just looked at me and showed me a broken spoon. And it was mad. What happened?
You showed me where the.
What happened? Yeah, I showed you where the ice cream spoon is. But what happened with the ice cream is that this air hostess comes and she's like, "Sir, do you want some ice cream after your food?" After my food, she came and she said, "Do you want some ice cream?" I said, "Yeah," and that was it. I said, whoa. I didn't say that, but I was thinking in my head. But then what I said is, let me just grab another one, and I forcefully put my hand on another tub of ice cream. I took it, and I said, "I'm leaving that one for my friend," and she accepted.
Good.
Yeah, so I grabbed that for you.
That's good.
All right, what you do? Yeah. So.
You could have, I reckon, warmed up for me a little bit next time because it was difficult. Did you see how I?
I didn't see that. I wasn't upset by them because
yeah.
So here's what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening. Yeah. So basically, we're on the plane now. Yeah. Sam's taken 2 sleeping tablets. I haven't taken any. I prayed Maghrib and Isha, and I looked at Sam. I said, "Sam, give me the ting." Yeah. Sam gave me the ting, and I took the sleeping tablet. Now. The reason I took the sleeping tablet is because he said take it 20 minutes before sleeping, and everybody on the plane was receiving their food. So I thought, right, cool, we're getting our food now. I'm going to munch the food in 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes I'll be knocked out. Took the sleeping tablet. Now, maybe 35 minutes later, the entire plane, it feels like the entire plane has eaten their food, and some people's plates have even been picked up and taken back. And big old face here hasn't even received his meal yet. And I started thinking, so I actually, may Allah forgive me, I spoke, did you see it?
I watched, I listened. But it was true though.
Yeah, I was a bit like...
Bruv, everyone was nice. I was mid-dinner, it was only your aisle that hadn't been looked after, and the guy wasn't being particularly there's no communication, was it? It was a bit raggo.
I was quite...
People were passing back their finished trays of food and kicking back for their sleep, putting their headphones in, and watching their food. When you were sitting there hungry still.
I was very hungry.
So you snapped.
I wouldn't say I snapped, but I spoke.
I witnessed it.
I spoke sternly to the gentleman who was serving the food, and he said that your food's coming from someone else. So anyway, let's say I'm probably exaggerating here, but let's say 45 minutes after I take a sleep tablet, I still haven't got any food. Finally, my food comes. I eat it, and before my food comes, I can't keep my eyes open. It's in my vlog, and then eventually, my food comes. Alhamdulillah, I eat it, and I'm drowsing off, and then she comes with the ice cream, and I'm now asleep for ice cream, and I'm like, "Oh, is there vanilla?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm staying awake," so I grabbed the ice cream.
It was lovely as well.
Yeah, I ate the ice cream.
Cream, isn't it?
Cream. Then I knocked out.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, bro.
And boy, did I knock out.
Yeah, then I was obviously asleep for a bit. When I woke up, I was so uncomfortable, man.
Extremely.
I looked over and you literally had a hijab on your head, and you
hijab.
You had the towel
the towel.
You had something wrapped.
Blanket maybe.
Maybe blanket was it?
No, I didn't have anything wrapped around my head. You
did?
Nah, 100%.
Bro, you were the one that was sleeping. I'm the one that watched you sleep for hours. You had it wrapped around your head. Because you know what that plane? Do you know it's actually got very, very cold? Did you get cold? The plane got really cold.
Yes. The AC on planes,
AC on planes is too much, especially when you've been snoozing. You wake up, it was like frostbite. But yeah, you inspired me to actually wrap the thing around me a little bit to keep me warm because it was a cold plane.
I thought you inspired me, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, because I saw.
I started off wrapped round bottom part of my body and wrapped around my legs. Perhaps. But the reality was I was warm there. I needed warmth up top, so yeah. Yeah,
but yeah, the sleep. I mean, I kept waking up. Here, there, everywhere, man. And just
how many hours do you reckon you got on that plane?
I reckon I thought about this last night. I reckon I got 3 hours.
3 hours, solid.
Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah,
interesting.
Maybe 2 and a bit.
Yeah, it feels like 2 and a bit.
Yeah, but
it wasn't solid, was it? I was just waking up. You wake up in a few minutes.
But then we came back to this apartment, and you knocked out from let's say 6, 7, 8. You knocked out about 7 a.m. to about 11 a.m. So about 4 hours. I knocked out from 9:45.
Were you planning on staying up?
I was up editing.
Oh yeah, vlogging and that.
So
So you had to be up.
Yeah.
Did you feel tired?
I got an hour and a half sleep. Right now I feel a bit exhausted. Not tired, but exhausted.
Yeah.
Did
you not feel tired this morning when we were here?
Sorry?
Did you not feel really, really tired when we this morning?
I know I had things to do.
Is it? Yeah. I was shattered. I actually felt uncomfortable. Because I remember I'd been up since 5 the morning before, thinking if I'm tired now, I'll fall asleep on the plane easily.
For me, it was one of them ones where it's like, I know that if I hit the sack, I'll knock out, but I can keep myself awake. So yeah, and then so obviously, guys, because as you may or may not know, our brother Sam here is actually 6 feet and 5 inches tall. And because of that, alhamdulillah, a lot of the times he ends up getting some extra legroom on the plane. Because I was travelling with him, your boy got some extra legroom on the plane. So I was chilling, man. Like we had.
To be fair, how long did you have the extra legroom for?
About 10 minutes. And then I got
it was better.
Yeah, I got a better deal.
Yeah, very good deal.
Yeah.
You should explain what the deal was.
Yeah, what do you explain it?
So we had extra legroom, which I don't know if you've ever experienced extra legroom. It's great. You feel like you're getting more for your money. You've got loads of space. Everything's better. You've got
the girl next to us actually said that. Did you hear what she said about business
I'm not
class?
paying for business class.
Yeah,
it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not money.
Yeah, huh?
It's not business class, is it?
No, what she thought it was.
She thought it was business class.
What?
Yeah, she goes, "Oh, I actually paid for economy." So
How can you mistake that for business class?
Yeah, I know.
I thought she was saying, "It's not like I paid for business class, so you can move me."
No. She was saying, "I didn't pay." She goes, "I didn't even pay for business class," so she thought it was business class. Yeah.
What?
Maybe the only time she travels is like EasyJet or something. So
even okay.
Yeah, business class is not that like that.
But we had loads of extra legroom, but then obviously there was a space next to us, so you ended up moving, so we had a bit more space.
Yeah.
Because
Sam's more like tall, and I'm more short, basically. I mean, that's the end of it. So
your shoulders have increased
slightly.
Your shoulders wouldn't fit in between me and that other gentleman.
Well, there was 3 of us in a row, and it started getting a bit tight. And
3 big men.
Yeah, three big men, and there was a lot of leg room, but there wasn't a lot of width room, and so
it's true. You know, there was like room in front of us, but we were so tight. Yeah.
And then but Sam noticed that next to us there was an entire row where there was just one girl sat on there, and there was 3 seats. So Sam was basically like,
she moved to the end.
Her to move to the end.
You sat in the aisle.
You sat on the other
You had a gap in the middle.
Yeah.
I had a gap next to Steve.
So I had 2 seats next to me, basically free. So I was chilling in the sense I had an aisle and a spare seat. Sam had the same thing. You had like 2 seats next to you, free. So we both had 2 seats. You had your extra leg room. I didn't require it. And alhamdulillah, we had a very comfortable flight. Considering
it was in the scale of things, it was good.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. And how beautiful was the flight? Like at the beginning, they played we flew with the Royal Brunei, and they played the Dua for travelling.
Inshallah.
They played that was it. Dua for travelling. And we did our salah on the plane. Alhamdulillah, it was nice, man.
It was nice.
It was an alright flight, you know. It wasn't the worst flight I've ever had.
It was alright. I did actually. I struggled a little bit. I kept on waking up really cold.
You do on flights though, man. Have you ever had a flight that's like perfect?
Yeah.
I have had one. It was at business class.
Nah. I ain't got those business class P's, bro.
Oh yes, you do.
Business class is expensive, man. Have we spoken about business class?
Oh, we have.
Yeah.
It's three. Last time I checked, it was $3,000.
More.
No, 3.
It's $3,000 to get to buy business class.
So full.
Bro, what's the point of that travel? You might as well just nice yourself up on the other end in a hotel. You said that you like don't you think I'd rather rough it for 8 hours?
Yeah, you're right.
And then just reach the other end and have a nice hotel
Like
rather than dropping 3 bags on a plane ticket. No thanks, mate.
Yeah, but you're like clever with your money not clever, but you're like frugal, which is an amazing thing to be. You know what frugal is? Frugal is not to be mistaken for stingy. Frugal is like the good version of stingy. So frugal is when you're clever with your money, smart with your money. So even if you have loads of it, you're smart. Frugal is a state that everybody should aim to be at. Yeah, and it just means you're smart with your money. I'd say you're very frugal when it comes to important stuff, but then you're also the things that you do also like to smash a bit of cash.
So do you? Yeah. Do you know what? Like everyone, I like certain nice things. Yeah. But I limit it. But the thing is, like, I don't drive a fancy car and all this kind of stuff. But I like to. So I kind of balance it out. Do you know what I mean? Some people.
You probably save a lot of money not driving a car.
Think about it. Some people push Benz. I don't know what I push.
You push feet. You push your.
I like shoes and stuff. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're like extravagant on one end and the other end, this, that, the other. That would be extreme if you're literally just wasting all of your money. But you obviously have a certain passion.
Yeah, I like clothes and shoes and this bits and that. But it's not like I don't go out the weekend and spend loads of money doing this, that, and the other at the weekend. So I like my little bit extra money. I'll buy some nice clothes and that if I've got money left over from all the other bits and pieces of family life, etc. Like a bit of clothes. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's true.
Why not?
For me, if I was to have money where I could afford a lot of luxuries, my luxuries would go more into experiences. So instead of, and I know it kind of doesn't make sense, because you could say like, well, if you're going on a holiday, for example, why would you spend like money on like a 7-star hotel for 5 nights when after 7 nights all your money's gone? Whereas if you buy like a really nice watch, for example, for the same amount of money, that watch is for life. But for me, and that's a very good argument, but for me, I just prefer the experience, or like having like a really nice stay. I'm just thinking in an ideal world rather than an object that I perhaps.
If you're talking about an ideal world, would you not have both? If you're being really, really honest, would you not have both? I know you're not overly passionate. It doesn't have to wear designer clothes, but do you not think that this is for everyone? As your money goes up, maybe your standard of living might go up. So rather than you going to get a plain T-shirt from Primark, you might just jump into Selfridges and get a T-shirt, and just before you really, really know it, your standards have gone up. Everything goes up. So it's easy to say when you haven't necessarily got that money there that you would do this, you would do that. But maybe if a lot of money would come to you, we don't know how it would change, like what we would purchase on. Does that make sense?
That is true.
Do you think you'd be very controlled and say, look, I'm not interested in all this kind of like material clothing, this, that, and that. I'd rather invest it or have experiences. Do you not think if you have long money that's just there, you would naturally, everything would change?
I do understand your point, and because of, and it is just like, I'm not trying to front for the micro thing. Like me and you chat like brothers. I honestly,
you don't do.
I honestly, from my perspective right now as it stands, I do not think that if I had loads of money towards that I would put a lot of money into my clothes and stuff. Like I would still probably shop at ASOS, bro. Like I probably would. Like when I find something that I feel comfortable in, I get a lot of it. And you probably notice this, bro. Like
for example, colours of this T-shirt.
Let's break it down. So I bought one pair of trackies. Them night trackies that I found really comfortable. They're like tapered, and I think they look good. They're very comfortable. They got a zip pocket, and so functionality wise and looks wise, they're perfect for me because they feel very comfortable and they got a zip pocket. And so for me, that puts my money in it, my keys, and they look good. So they're comfortable, and second of all, they look good. So now that's the ideal trouser for me. So I now have them in 3 different colours. Then I bought this Adidas t-shirt. I bought it in white because I saw a friend have it, and when I got it, the thickness of the t-shirt was perfect for me. You feel that? And the material is very good quality.
It's thick.
And it's long.
Thick cotton. It's very, very thick.
And it's long line. So like when I'm doing salon and stuff, it like covers my backside.
How does my thickness feel? Because these are quite.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of thin t-shirts.
That's not thin though.
I find that thin. Oh, actually, no, it's not.
It's thicker than you think. You almost wrote it off. It's not as thick as that. That's very, very thick. But it's actually a very thick t-shirt.
Yeah,
I'm actually quite into a nice thick t-shirt myself.
Yeah.
It fits so much better. It's actually quite flattering. It makes you look even squarer than you are.
Well, I think that as well. I think a thick t-shirt makes you look better, and also a thin
when
t-shirt.
you wear a thin one, it's so disgusting.
Yeah, a thin t-shirt is very
even people in really
unflattering.
good shape wear a thick t-shirt.
It's really not flattering.
Yeah, like seeing nipples and stuff through t-shirts. You want to leave.
Yeah.
No thanks, mate.
Yeah, nipples through t-shirts.
Yeah, belly buttons through t-shirts.
Yeah, even if you got like a good body and you see your belly button for a t-shirt, even if you got. It's not really.
It's not good luck, but.
No, like you can have a decent body, yeah, but still have a tiny bit of a. It's very hard to be at the level. You'd have to be very good with the diet and exercise to be at a level where your stomach is completely flat and you've got a 6-pack or 8-pack. So most people, we all have like, even if it's a small gut, we have something there. And so and a thin t-shirt really exaggerates that.
Yeah, I mean, and from the sunnah as well, to wear loose baggy clothes, so you can't really overly see your actual figure. This is, you know what I mean, to wear something looser is from the sunnah as well, isn't it? Jeans, t-shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, so I bought this t-shirt.
When you see a brother wearing very, very tight jeans, it's not nice, is it? I'm talking about very tight jeans.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm talking about skinny fit jeans.
What, like leggings?
Yeah, when you can, like, I mean, it's like haram to wear that because obviously when you see it, you can really see it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looseness is nicer, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my jeans are fairly. I don't want to sound like.
You haven't no.
I don't wear jeans.
No. You haven't got skinny jeans at all.
You're talking. Yeah, I don't wear skinny jeans. Yeah. I wear the my perfect jeans that I found were from Pull and Bear, and it was called, and I haven't found them since.
Relaxed fit or something?
I haven't relaxed fit.
Carrot.
No, I can't.
Tapered.
Maybe tapered. Anyway.
You like a little taper?
Yeah.
I've set my trousers to get them tapered.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they look good. They shaped well.
Because every single pair of my trousers or shorts always take them to tailors, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Or shorts? Did you say?
Yeah, everything. You can find a good tailor. They can make whatever garment you have fit perfectly. So imagine if a t-shirt which is just a tiny bit too long, or maybe this is a little bit too long on the sleeves, or for instance these trousers I've got them to do quite a few different things. These are way too big on the waist. And so he's took them, tied at the waist, he's tapered them, he's brought them up. You can make them fit exactly.
Really?
We've all got such unique bodies. Think about how different we are in our body. You can get clothes and whatever it is, go to a tailor and they can make it fit perfectly for you. I recommend it, man. You're quite into making sure you've got clothes that fit you.
Yeah.
You could buy any. Those tracksuits, you like them because they taper and stuff. You could buy anything. You could buy flares, boot cuts, whatever. As long as you like them, take them to a tailor's and he would make them taper for you.
Because I noticed that shape in your trousers.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, I said it humbly, but they're perfect for my leg.
And they above the ankle.
Yeah, always.
They can't see that because all they can see is the silhouette, because you really want them to see the desert. Maybe we can do half-half,
What, you don't want them to see the desert?
No, I do, but I feel like the video quality is really bad.
I don't mind it.
We discussed it already, it's fine. So back to the story of the t-shirt. So I got this t-shirt. I like the length, I like the thickness, I liked how it looked on me, and so I bought them in every colour.
It's flash.
So black, white and grey. It's not flash, it's just, if anything, it's I don't know what it is, but I just...
If anything, it's what? That's good.
Functional.
You know what you like. You know what you like.
Yeah, man. So that's me, G. Yeah. So back to your original question. Yeah, I honestly feel like if I had so much money to splash about, my money wouldn't go on that kind of stuff. It would go I still would probably shop at ASOS. I do the same kind of things. I would never spend I don't think I could ever see myself spend 100, 200 quid on jeans. Although when I was really young, I bought my first pair of jeans and I was in high school. I bought a £100 pair of G-Star jeans, and they were awful. They fitted great for 1 or 2 times, and then after a couple of washes they went really bad. And I get my jeans from Zara, man, 35 quid, 40 quid, and I'm happy with them every time. And so yeah, my money would though, if we're talking luxuries and stuff, honestly, we'll go on stuff like travel and living. So house, I have this dream of it's very difficult for us to buy a house if we don't want to get a mortgage. So I don't want to get a mortgage, and I understand that there's different opinions out there and stuff, but so far, and my opinion could change, especially if there's more pressure put on me at a later time, but so far I'm pretty convinced I'm not going to get a mortgage. And therefore, if in an ideal world I was able to buy a house, I would love to put my money, heart and soul into projects around the house, building extending the house, maybe extending to the top, building build a garage with all my tools in it.
Your tools?
I've always wanted to have loads of tools, a big toolbox and stuff.
What do you use your tools for?
I don't know. I used a drill the other day.
What? A drill?
A drill, yeah.
What were you drilling?
Well, I fitted a CCTV system in my house.
Mashallah.
Yeah, and me being the man of the house, I decided to set it up myself. So I bought a drill.
5 little cameras and the monitor and that? What system did you get?
Bro, I'll show you.
It's good.
Bro, it's so sick.
On there?
Yeah. So you can see it live all the time. So it's on your iPhone. You can see it live all the time, and you sign in with your thumb. So your thumbprint.
Yeah.
And so you see it live all the time, and you click live, you can see it live. And
Who's
then
that?
That's just a post lady. And if you click library, it records every time there's movement, and you can press alarm, and the alarm is so loud that you can hear it on the whole street.
Really?
So if there's a burglar or something, and if there's someone at the door and I'm not at home, I can I'm on holiday now, right? I can speak to them and say, "Hello, can I help you?" And it will come out of the speaker, and then the camera is sick, bro. Yeah. So anyway, I installed that system. If anybody wants to know what it's called Arlo, ARLO.
Well, it's very short, which I use at the shop, which is very good as well.
Yeah, that actually looks quite good. Yeah.
Same thing as that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't even know they do the same thing. That's a bit dumb of me. I should have asked you because I knew you did that.
Is that a monthly in payment you're paying?
It's a one-off. Anyway, so anyway, I bought a drill for my dad's friend, and I didn't ask someone for help because I'm trying to be a man, and I got the drill, bro, and if you saw me the next day,
I had cuts all over my hand. My hand was bleeding. I had plaster all over my hand. But I didn't tell no one. I manned it up. And alhamdulillah, now my hands are fine because basically I thought to myself, you know what? I'm a man, and I'm going to need to use like equipment sometime. I'm not going to keep calling builders around, like especially if it's just like put a shelf up and stuff. Like I need to man up. So I got this drill and I thought, let me figure it out for myself. And so I put the drill bit in. Alhamdulillah, I figured it out. Started drilling, and then I needed a smaller drill bit, so I started yanking the drill bit out. Turns out you can't do that with your bare hands because it's like a blade. And it cuts your hands, so all my hands are cut up. And also, if you touch the drill bit straight after you're done drilling, it's hotter than boiled water. Yeah. It's so hot, and it's so hot that I touched it, it just cut my skin.
Really?
Yeah, really hot. And so anyway, I made a lot of mistakes, but
you learned from them.
Learned from them. 10-15 minutes in, I'm now a drill professional. In my eyes, I certified myself as that.
You're looking for more opportunities to drill things then?
I was actually after I done like the photo, but yeah, I saw the whole CCTV system and everything. Alhamdulillah.
Hold on.
I've always, since I've been little, one thing I've always wanted is like a really big tool set, like literally since I was a kid. So I have this dream of like building like a garage in my house with like every tool you can imagine possible, just so it's there in case I ever want to do anything. And then I also want to build like a home gym and that kind of stuff. So that's where my money would go probably.
That's good. That's more sensible, isn't it?
Yeah, then, like you can sell the house, whatever, or like just keep expanding. And like I said, like if the house was next door to another house, I would like eventually want to buy the next door house. I could break down the wall and make a bigger house and like put a gate around it. I mean, it's just like in my head, that's what I got some money on. Yeah.
That's good. Inshallah.
And really nice holidays.
And buy the next door neighbours and knock the fence down and carry on going. Buy
just a couple million, yeah, and nice holidays.
Yeah, nice holidays are good.
And food and that kind of stuff. Like that's what, if I was, and like I said, alhamdulillah, we have to be content with what we got because Allah's blessed us with so much. And look, we went to Gambia less than a year ago and we saw like how much of a struggle it is to even get rice and stuff.
Sure, man.
And so I'm not saying it like that. I'm literally just saying.
First and foremost, we do our charity, alhamdulillah, between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But at the same time, we live in the West. We can still discuss money issues, what you spend money on, and stuff like that. You pay your zakat, you do your charity trips. But money. Spending money is the reality of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, being sensible with money. Do you know what you said? I was smart with money. I'm not really that smart with money, man. It's something I'm trying to work on. And being in the presence of the brother who's looking after us in Dubai and just like his plans and goals and how he's talking about money is sensible, isn't it?
Oh, it's so sensible.
Plotting and planning and saving is the way forward. So I recommend to everyone, save your money, put it into a bank account and pretend like you haven't got it.
Oh, man. Yeah, but so we've been here for like less than 24 hours and the brother we're staying with is inspiring, man. He, like, especially with his mindset.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Yeah, very inspiring.
I'm looking forward to the next few days, man. Just a decent brother, isn't it, mashallah?
Yeah, man. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless him, man. He's like taking
these are the kind of brothers I meet and think, I've got so many problems with, like...
Well, saying, but like, do you know what? It's also a beauty that like Allah allows you to see that. Like, imagine if you were the type of person who thinks he's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, bro, whenever you check yourself and you speak to me, you're like, like this makes me realise I'm such a bad person. You say that kind of stuff often. Yeah. That's so beautiful because you're checking yourself. Yeah, man. It's okay not to be a perfect person, but I don't think it's okay to not be a perfect person and not and think you are perfect or feel like you don't need to change anything. We always need to change things about ourselves, man. We all have our issues and stuff and personality traits that like aren't the best. So yeah, man.
So yeah. But it's a good time to do that when you get away and you have a little holiday. I always tell you about already in my mind remove yourself from your natural habitat and it just allows you to think differently, doesn't it?
I actually I had some big decisions to make before coming out to Dubai, and some of them required an instant answer or an answer before I came out to Dubai, and I actually purposely delayed them, and it was a bit of effort to do that because there's other people depending on my answers.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that, but I purposely
until you were out here.
Yeah, I purposely delayed my response to certain deals, certain answers, certain things, certain opportunities, certain decisions in general. Work-wise, life-wise, and I said, let me come back from Dubai and I'll do that.
So they're still waiting.
Reason being, bro, because I wanted to come out here, remove myself from that completely, and have time to reflect. And we've only been in 24 hours, I haven't had time to do that yet. But I'm definitely, in this 5 days, I'm taking time out to just reflect, whether that be me going for a walk, hitting up a coffee shop in like the mall or something. Like, I'm a coffee shop guy. Do you know what I mean? Something, but I really am planning to get some reflection done, man.
Good, because I'm going to leave you tomorrow for the rest of the time, and you can do whatever you want for the next few days, mate.
You are, aren't you?
I'm not.
Kind of.
I wouldn't do that to you. What's the plan? What's your plan for the next few days in Dubai?
Well, one thing I'm upset about, Sam, is the fact that me and you came out to Dubai and we have completely different dietary goals here in Dubai, and that's really tough. Why don't you explain what your dietary goal is and what mine is? I need to grab some water.
My dietary goal from being in Dubai will just be to have as little amount of sugar as possible, as much water as I can. I'm happy to eat meat out here, but I just want to eat clean, man. I haven't been very healthy for the last few weeks, so I'm going to take this opportunity just to restart and restart my diet, basically. So I had obviously, unfortunately, for breakfast I had a McDonald's drive-through, which obviously is not a great start, but I really needed that food, and to be honest, by eating that food actually brought me back to life. So I had a McDonald's drive-through, and then I refused.
That's not so bad, because that was one of those things that we literally got off the plane.
It kind of refueled me. It was actually alright. But obviously I decided not to go for the burger at lunchtime. I'm just going to try and eat a little less. I want to eat a little less rubbish, because you're desiring some like very, very like unhealthy food, aren't you?
I'm just in my head. I'm like I'm away and I'm planning to go all out. I know it's not very clever, but I just feel like I had McDonald's breakfast for breakfast. For lunch I had a Hardee's beef burger and some curly fries and I don't know, maybe a
ice cream with
red velvet cookie ice cream sandwich.
Looked nice.
It was amazing.
Nice to share, isn't it?
Is it?
It was nice to share.
Yeah, I did by myself.
Yeah, it looked nice.
You didn't want any.
I did, and then I looked at you close, and all like the ice cream stuff was melting down your face. It put me off.
I would recommend it, bro. It was small.
I'll get one.
Yeah, please do. You have one cheat day out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, cool. That's good.
That was today. McDonald's breakfast.
Nah, no way.
I'm just banging. I've got apples and stuff. I'm happy. I feel good banging some apples off, man.
Sam went through the drive-through and I went through the walk-in.
It's typical you, isn't it? You wanted to go and look at a menu, even though the menu was there.
I want to see the full menu.
Did you see? Yeah, but why?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same.
It was exactly the same.
Yeah, it was almost.
It was exactly the same.
It was. I think it was exactly the same.
I know it was. But you felt good about it.
We did feel good about it.
And you felt like you had one up on me because you had the food before me and you were standing in the car park eating it by yourself.
Correct.
Yeah, I could see it in your face.
Yeah, you know me too well.
You look quite smug.
Nah, I'm not a smug person, am I? Yeah, man. So we can't talk too much about our Dubai experiences because we just got here.
Yeah.
But we're definitely gonna. Our aim, inshallah, is to do one more episode out here in Dubai.
Yeah.
And so perhaps more towards the end, so that we can reflect more about our time here.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And here's a proposition, Sam. Why don't we do it at like after sunset, the next one, because and the lighting will be much better. Huh? You want to do morning thing?
No. Yeah, easy.
So we do one daytime one, we'll do one evening one.
We could even change the set.
Breakdown. Yeah, we could change the set. Yeah.
We're in a new place.
True.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Yeah, so things are going well, alhamdulillah. And I might actually call this episode Freshly Grounded, episode 27. You know how normally I put like colon and then the guest's name? I might put colon Dubai.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I brought a whole load of equipment out with me. I'm planning to vlog the entire trip. Oh man, we haven't even discussed my phone. That caused a palaver, didn't it?
You've been about a phone for
less than 24 hours. Yeah.
So you cracked your phone in Gambia, which was how many months ago was that? 9, 10, 11 months ago. And just today, alhamdulillah, you sorted it out.
Yeah. And
it's changed things dramatically for you, isn't it? It's so nice to see your phone working. So you got a good price for it. You paid cheaper than you pay in England as well.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is, literally the as we're flying out to Dubai, half an hour before I have to leave for the airport, my phone completely breaks down on me. So as you guys might know, my phone's been cracked. My phone screen's been cracked like Sam said, since Gambia happened in Gambia when I dropped it. And I haven't had it fixed since, only because it hasn't been causing me any issues. Like, it literally hasn't caused me any issues. It's been working fine, and I don't mind the fact that there's a bit of a crack in it, so I've been fine with it. And then finally, and Sam did predict this, and finally it actually completely messed up. Yesterday, I put it in my pocket just before the airport, took it out of my pocket, and it was just messed. I don't know what had happened to it in my pocket, but like green lines, blue lines, everything, I couldn't use it, I couldn't contact no one. I was trying to contact my wife. I actually, when we landed in Dubai, I got here to his apartment and I emailed my wife, her to let her know I got here safely, and she didn't receive it because she can't access her email. She only just told me now when I got access to my phone again. But yeah, man, so the first thing I did, I was like, to the brother who's hosting us here, Shahid, I said, bro, is there any chance I can get my phone fixed? He's like, I know just a place. Alhamdulillah, he took us there today, got my phone sorted.
He did know the place, didn't he?
Yeah, he did know the place. And Sam, my man Sam, let's just say, I'm not going to say Sam is the world's best haggler or businessman. I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is he's great at haggling. Mm-hmm. He got in there and he got my price down by 90 dirhams. By 90 dirhams, you cut it down. Where I reward you. And we got the phone. And the thing that bugged me a bit is that everybody was saying,
yeah, they were lying, weren't they?
Oh, man, it's like... So everybody was saying, we've got the copy or the original screen.
Apple original. Yeah.
Now, as you guys know, your boy worked at not only an Apple store, but the what is the main store called?
Headquarters.
No, not headquarters.
The flagship.
Yeah, at the flagship Apple store in London. And when you work at Apple, you know that nobody other than Apple or an Apple authorized reseller which these guys aren't, have the actual Apple screen. So when everyone said to me, we have the copy of the original, your boy got a bit riled up.
Yeah.
Your boy got a bit... And I said to him, bro, listen, I'm here trying to get my phone screen fixed. Just trying to get my phone screen innocently. I don't need you to tell me that you're going to give me a copy of the original because I know you haven't got the original. And I said to him, listen, I worked at Apple in London. I know you can't get the original, so that's not true. And Sam then got wound up, and Sam called him out on it. And guess what he did? He changed his story, and then said, "No, this isn't a." What did he say? He said, no, you get a copy or a really good copy instead of a copy and an original. And I was like, why say original then? And honestly, I'm not trying to backbite because I haven't mentioned it is anything, but I would just say generally, like, you got to be careful in these marketplaces, man, because people just try and, like, you got to have your head screwed on.
Once I had an experience in Marrakesh where I didn't buy it, but someone I was with was buying saffron, and the brother was saying, Wallahi, this is the cheapest you can find in Marrakesh, and he was so sincere, yeah, had a big beard, etc., throw on, Wallahi, this is the cheapest. We went 2 minutes down the road and we found it for, like, much, much cheaper.
No way,
yeah,
Wallahi.
Wallahi, the brother was saying, yeah. I'm not saying this is quite like that, but people like not everyone like has that connection with Allah and fears Allah. Do you know what I mean? Some people are just hustlers and they don't mind. That doesn't mean anything saying things like that.
But how beautiful is it that when you fear Allah or you meet someone who fears Allah, you have so much trust in them because it's like if you're mugging me off right now, it's your loss anyway because it's between you and Allah. Mm-hmm. And second of all, you never feel like you get mugged off because like I feel like you fear Allah so much that you wouldn't even do this because more than you love money, you fear Allah, or more than you fear me being vexed with you fear Allah being vexed with you. Do you know what I mean? I have that feeling with you. Like for example, like I can put my trust in you completely, like just because I know that you fear Allah. Do you know what I mean? So if I give you, for example, like the password to my emails or something, and you have to do a specific thing, I have no problem giving it to you because I know you would go in there, you do exactly what you told me you was going to do, what you need to do, and you wouldn't look anywhere else. Do you know what I mean? Because even if I was there, because not because you fear that you'll get caught, but because you fear that Allah and your dishonesty, and you have to deal with it on Day of Judgment. Do you know what I mean? And so that's why the Deen is so beautiful. And imagine a world where everybody feared Allah to the point where, and we need to increase our fear of Allah, man. But imagine a world where everyone had the fear of Allah, where it's just so trustworthy. The whole world is so trustworthy. You never feel like you're getting mugged off and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking to the brother about. We were talking about when you find out about Islam, you know it's the truth, and you're gonna accept it, but you look at it and you see your life like just being chopped in half, and you just see that you have to sacrifice the things that you think that you enjoy the most. And it was the same thing with me. I thought, okay, alhamdulillah, I'm definitely gonna become a Muslim, but my life has to be like I have to say goodbye to everything that was fun. The reality is, after being a practicing Muslim, is that you just cut out all the nonsense that just causes you like heartache and problems and anxiety and stress and concern. Islam just simplifies your life, makes everything easy. You almost just have to you have got to make a judgment in your mind. You're going down the path, and you just literally need to make the decisions, whether it's business, family, friendship. You just do it. What would my Creator prefer? What would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prefer me to do? What decision does He want me to make? And you go through life. It just takes away all the unnecessary stress and concern. It does actually simplify your life. It removes the nonsense, and it just makes it more simple. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, 100%. And touching on that, before I was practicing, I still I'm really bad at making decisions. I'm really indecisive and I struggle with decision making. But practicing the religion really helped me with that, because you stop thinking like what decision to make, and you start thinking what's the best decision to make in the eyes of Allah, and it makes your life so much easier.
Yeah. It cuts out loads of nonsense, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Cuts out loads of nonsense.
Yeah, so decision making is just one of the benefits of kind of following the religion, really, isn't it?
Yeah, what else are the benefits?
But if you start making, the biggest benefit is that you're not only benefiting yourself in this life but the next. Do you know what I mean? So when you make decisions based on Islam and the pleasure of Allah, you're really sorting yourself out for the next life as well. And that life is eternity, regardless of how hard that is for us to fathom.
That is hard to fathom, isn't it?
Yeah. I
think a lot of people struggle to fathom that, including myself. The word eternity, like, what does eternity mean?
Man, I sometimes you can't. It's so hard to.
It's like a needle being dropped in the desert.
A needle.
It's just that it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And it's a hard concept to grasp, man.
I remember this Muhammad Ali
Muhammad Ali talking.
I remember I
never got to study him.
I remember watching this video of Muhammad Ali speaking, and he said that. And it's a really famous one that everyone's probably seen, but he said that when you think about eternity, think about it like this. Imagine the Sahara Desert, which is very close to us right now, and imagine every 1,000 years you pick up 1 grain of sand. And you have to do that until the whole Sahara Desert has no more sand in it. Imagine that, that's like eternity.
Wow. Better
every
than what I said.
years.
I said like a needle in the desert, which actually is supposed to be needle in a haystack. I'm getting two things confused.
Yeah, and needle in a haystack is a bit easier to find than picking up 1,000.
But I said needle in the desert.
You did say that, needle in the desert.
So I'm going to correct myself. Needle in a haystack.
I mean, it's still.
Because I was actually thinking about what you just said about Muhammad Ali, about that reference about the desert. I think I got too mixed up there.
Oh really? Were you thinking about that?
Yeah, because it's.
You watched that lecture as well?
I saw that. Yeah, I've studied that. I've studied that as well. It's true. Yeah, it's mad thing, isn't it?
Man, it's not a joke. This religion, man. But alhamdulillah, look at the beauty of it. Look at where we are.
Yeah.
How you think you're gonna handle the heat out here?
Yeah, nothing. It's easy.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Because the first thing you said was, oh, it's proper hot here.
It is hot. Like that, yeah, but am I complaining? Or am I just pointing it out? Because I went for that little stroll to get that coffee, and I thought, wow, it is hot. Like the sun hit me hard.
That's very nice of you. Sam went out and got me some coffee. I was moaning like a baby.
How was it?
Yeah, it did job my headaches. I was telling you, boy. That's what
yeah.
So I was actually telling Shahid, I don't know if you heard, when you were even in the kitchen when you got, I said to him, bro, like, I have a really addictive personality, and I said that before I was a practicing Muslim, anything I would try, I would get addicted to, and it's bad, man. Having an addictive personality is bad, but I recognise that in myself. I'm not making excuses for myself. But I recognise in myself that I have an addictive personality, and it's just the truth. And Islam is the best thing that could have happened to me, and one of the reasons being because if you have an addictive personality but you've got no rules in your life, it's peak.
Yeah.
It's peak because you try this, try that because it's exciting, and then you get addicted, you get hooked. But now I've got rules in my life, I said to him, the fact that I'm addicted to coffee, alhamdulillah, if that's my addiction, I'm good. Because it could be way worse. And like, when I say addiction, bro, I have to have 1 cup a day and I'm good. Like, it's not, that's what it is, bro. So that's not really, it's not like 6 to 8 cups a day.
Fine.
Yeah, I have 1, maybe 2 cups.
It's a very small amount of caffeine, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, man. And a lot of research says that having 1 cup of coffee a day is actually good for you. So
it's definitely got a lot of goodness from it. If you think about it, it does do a lot of goodness. But there's a lot of people who would say keep caffeine well away from me because it like ruins
anxiety and stuff as well.
Yeah,
but
it gives you a kickstart. That's what it does. You say it's not good for you. It doesn't, like, as far as I'm aware, coffee doesn't necessarily increase you. Other than the fact that it makes you feel more awake. It kind of stimulates your mind so you can be more active.
Yeah,
it's a stimulant, isn't it? Any stimulant gets you going.
If I don't have a coffee in the morning, about halfway through the day I start getting this really bad headache. And the reason I know it's from coffee is A, because I've experienced it before, and it's a certain type of headache, and B, because I really don't get headaches, man. I don't get migraines, I don't get headaches, alhamdulillah, I don't suffer from that stuff. And so if I get a headache, there's definitely a reason for it. It's not just, he's got a headache.
Yeah.
So as soon as I clocked it, I was like, and I knew that headache was like the one where I haven't had a coffee, and it's so funny because as soon as I had a coffee, it went.
Did it?
It was true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how, like, as you experience things, you get to know your body, innit? I remember I watched this one documentary about a skater years ago, Ryan Sheckler. He's a teenage skater in America. He was like a teenager skateboarding, and he just blew up, man. Like, became massive and loads of money, and his mum was his manager, and he's just living life, man, peeing, doing what he loves doing. And he said in the documentary, it was about one of these competitions that he was doing, and he broke his arm or something. And he said, the moment that happened, I knew I broke my arm, because he said, I know my body so well now. I've experienced so many different things that I know when I've broken something. Imagine being at that point where, like, obviously he's broken a lot of stuff as well.
You would definitely be aware if you'd broken something, wouldn't you? The pain of a broken bone.
Bro,
have you had a broken bone?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell your bone was broken?
Not really, bro.
Where was it broken?
So I broke my hand a couple of years back. I broke this bone here.
How? I knew you was like, yeah.
And
punch a wall or something.
And I didn't think it was broken.
But it was.
I went to the doctor. She said, the next day she said, you broke it.
Broke it.
So yeah.
How's it now? You still punch?
No, but you know,
still throw a punch with that hand?
For about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, it was never. Every time I touched it,
you still throw a punch?
It's completely fine now. What's that?
You still throw a punch?
I don't know why you're asking such a specific question.
It's training, isn't it? Boxing.
I don't train or box. I mean, yeah.
Don't train?
I mean, not boxing. No.
You never did boxing?
No, did you do boxing?
Yeah, training. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did do boxing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was never really good at it.
No?
Nah.
Not a fan of it? Probably ever since you broke your hand from that accident, maybe Thru put you off it a little bit. But boxing is my favourite cardio in the world, is chucking some boxing gloves on.
Oh, I saw the clip on your Instagram story of you boxing.
Ages ago.
No, recently. Boxing some pads.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, boxing.
You're a boxer, aren't you, Sam?
No, but it's a really, really beautiful way to, like, sweat off loads of fat.
Really?
Yeah, best way, man. It's also, like, a really good way to start, like, getting some stress out in the morning. When you can hit pads and put all your, like, rather than hitting whatever you hit, hitting a pad, it's good, man. It gets rid of stress, man. I just imagine a shaitan in each one, and I just chuck the.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Real talk, I do.
He's our biggest enemy, isn't he? I did boxing in about, I think, year 8 or year 9. I started boxing in this.
Before or after netball?
After.
Yeah.
I started this boxing club, and I would train, and I was in the beginners class, and alhamdulillah, like they got me to the point where they was letting me spar and stuff. Now my dad was always against me boxing, but he was also like, let me do whatever I want to do kind of thing. And one time it was, this was after maybe a couple of months of me going to boxing. It was my dad was going to come pick me up, and so it was the first time my dad was going to come pick me up boxing. So it was like quite a big thing for me. And I'm in like year 8 or 9, so I don't know how old you are, maybe like for 13, 14 or something. And this, it also happened to be the day that I've sparred a few times by now, but in like on the ground, like as in just in the hall, yeah. But it's the first time they would let me go into the ring, yeah. So at the end of the session, they let me get into the ring. It's my first sparring session ring, and they put me in there with like one of the dons.
Bigger boy, yeah.
Now,
your dad there?
Now, as I get in the ring, I look to my right and I see my dad has just come in.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah. And
is this when he first told you big boys don't cry?
No, that's later. I'll say that much if you want. And what happened is so when you come into a sports school, there's a door, and that's where the parents wait, and there's a big. Well, not always the parents, because people there, there's kids there from like 14, and then there's grown adults. But so not always the parents, but my parents. So my dad came, and if it was that there's like a circle with glass. Do you know what I mean? So a window.
Yeah,
a window.
A window.
Yeah. Oh yeah, window.
Yeah, window.
So there's a window, and so I see my dad look through the window. I'm like, oh no! And then now with extra pressure to impress my dad, but I get in there, and so because my dad's watching, I start giving this guy lefts, rights, backed him into a corner. Now I'm thinking, yeah, I'm sick, but I'm not guarding myself, nothing. I'm just going like that. Yeah, the guy hasn't got a punch on me yet. Literally, this is like 15 seconds into the spar, and he just jabs me on my nose, and I drop. I drop. He like boom right on the button. I drop and I catch myself in the rope, and my dad watched all of it. And it was so embarrassing, bro.
Did you go down?
I went down.
On the floor?
I caught myself on like the second rope.
So you pulled yourself back up?
No, I was down.
Oh, you went on the floor?
Yeah, I was down.
Tears?
No,
be honest.
No, no tears.
Sibilahi.
But from what I can remember, there's no tears.
Fine.
Yeah, I don't want to say, there was definitely no tears.
You didn't cry?
No, I didn't cry.
That'd be rubbish to cry in a boxing club, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
In front of your dad?
Yeah.
Imagine that'd be really horrible. Getting out of the ring crying.
And so after that, my next boxing experience was then when I went to university, and I joined the boxing club there, and yeah.
So you little bit of boxing knowledge.
Yeah, I mean enough. I've been in 2 boxing clubs, but I've never had an actual match.
As soon as this podcast is done, we'll have a little spar. How's that sound? Down there in the sound.
If you got some gloves.
Yeah, got some gloves.
You want to do bare knuckle. And yeah, so my dad telling me that he doesn't want me to cry was, I think, when I was 14, when I did work experience at his office.
14?
I think I was 14, yeah, in year 10, and I don't know if I want to tell this story.
God, it's good. It's really good.
Why am I opening my live up? It's like, so
I would say something embarrassing about me afterwards.
Okay, fine. Let's deal. You have to spot me on that.
Fine.
Right.
You ask me an awkward question, I'll answer it.
No, you have to tell me something embarrassing. I can't just ask. Alright, so basically what happens is I'm 14 years old, I'm doing work experience at my dad's office. I think it's a 2-week work experience, and maybe like a week halfway through it, and he's just been making me like on an Excel database, just like enter customer information or something like extremely boring, yeah. And like a week in, I go into my dad's office, and I bear in mind all the other kids in school, I did like really cool like work experiences with like, I don't know, like, you know, like they stay up from time, like in like really cool places, like whatever.
I didn't have a cool experience.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
What did you do?
Cotswolds.
Oh, really?
Outdoor shop.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it in the Cotswolds?
Nah, it was in St Albans.
Oh, okay.
It's just like selling tents and stuff. Not a boring place, but like for work experience. Like,
but imagine seeing
I wanted to be a hairdresser and barber at this time. So they put me there, and I really did enjoy it.
Oh, did they put you there?
They chose that for me. Yeah, I had no choice.
Yeah, so I could have chosen, and imagine being in front of a computer like 10 a.m. to like 6 p.m. and you're in an office where everyone else is like, you know, older than you by at least, you know, 15 or more years, 20 years, like 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, etc. I'm like 14, and I'm just sat on my computer entering customer data like for a whole week, like 8 hours a day, and there's no one to crack joke with, nothing. And so I'm in my dad's like bit of the office at one point, and then, I can't remember why, but it actually got to me and I broke down. And expecting my dad to feel sorry for me and be like, alright, look, I'll give you some of work, because I was like, I'm literally like, I don't know if I can hack this, man. I'm just entering customer data 8 hours a day for this. Surely, bruv, my man gave me the lecture of my life.
Really?
He's like, this is
my
life.
man being your father.
Yeah. My dad, my pops.
Okay.
My respectable dad. Bro, he was like, do you not think that this is what I have to do? He was like, I have to do this enough times, this is work, this is life, you're not just going to go somewhere and like be happy, you have to work hard, etc. Sometimes it's boring, blah blah. He made me feel so bad. And then he hit me with a power shot. He goes, there's no sympathy in any of this. He hit me with a power shot and he goes, which is what I was looking for.
You were crying.
Your boy wanted a bit of sympathy, yeah. And he went the opposite direction. Alhamdulillah, because it shaped me as a man.
Yeah.
And I remember this day, clear as day. And he goes to me, you're 14 years old, you're a man, and I never want to see you cry again. He goes, your older brother, when was the last time you saw him cry? He goes, crying is for girls, as he said. He goes, your sisters, they cry. You're a man, you don't cry. So from this day onwards, I never want to see you cry again. And that was the end of his lecture. It was like an add-on, like, oh, by the way, you ain't crying again. And bro, I'll be honest, I didn't cry in front of my dad. The only other time I actually remember crying in front of my dad was when my granddad died. And that was a justifiable.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
so,
he didn't say you're not to cry.
No, he gave me a hug. He was, no. But generally, nah man, since then, no way. And not even just for my dad, bro, like, we've spoken about crying before in the podcast, and it's a very manly thing to cry. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would cry. But he'd cry over things that are worthy of crying over. You know what I mean? And so if we cry over things that are worthy, we cry over the deen, crying to Allah, crying over things like that is commendable.
Yeah, of course.
But crying because you're not comfortable, it's not
right.
It's not for men. So
that's good, and it has a big effect on you, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It felt harsh at the time, did it?
It felt extremely harsh at the time, but
how did you view him? How did you feel afterwards?
I felt like he was being a bit mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I needed
Stuck
it, man.
with you
can't be 14 years old. You are, man, aren't you? I don't.
That's questionable.
Slightly though,
14.
bro. Like,
yeah, you need to start.
You start manning
sure.
up. Yeah. Yeah. So.
I think to be fair, no, you're not a man at 14. Let's be honest. Really, for a man, your class of man is 16 to 18. That's when you start becoming a bit more of a man. But
I think a man is probably 18 plus, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, well, a minute ago you're saying 14.
I'm easily persuaded. You know this, man.
Yeah, realistically, to be a man isn't it surely not even teens? Isn't it like past 20?
He's probably like 50, right?
Yeah, 30-year-old is a man, isn't it?
We're not even men. No, man. I think once you got beard, you're definitely a man. Yeah, man. Life lessons are important, though. Do you intend on having those harsh chats with your kid?
I would like to implement something like that without coming across too harsh. But I think that is a valuable lesson that your father taught you that day, because you were being pathetic. You got stressed because you were sitting there. You didn't like it, so so you haven't got a reason to cry. So by him doing that, it would have embarrassed you probably, and probably snapped you out of it.
Yeah, it did.
But I support crying 100%, and it's not something I get to not that you enjoy it, but when you do have that emotion of crying, like it's quite a big emotion coming over you to like actually make your eyes like cry tears. It's like quite a big emotion has obviously caused that. So
yeah,
you just need to.
It depends. Some people quite easily. Some people quite easily, don't they?
Some people do. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. But yeah, as men, you don't want to see it come across soft and too emotional, do you? Like you want to be emotionally stable and strong, dealing with things like a man rather than. I'm not saying doing things like a whoop, because I'm not saying women aren't as strong. They're going to cry at a situation like that. But
no, we can't be you can't be soft, man. Shall I tell you what, bro? Some life experiences actually teaches man up as well. Like for example, one of the things that always teaches me that is traveling, and like we're traveling now, for example, and we're in a country where we don't actually here it's different because alhamdulillah everyone speaks English and we know a lot of things in the big brands and all that kind of stuff and taxis, but generally we're still not in our comfort zone, we don't know all the roads and the tube system, etc. And so that puts you in a fight or flight mode, doesn't it? Traveling, it puts you in I've got to deal with this now because I can't jump on a plane and go back to London and be happy. Like I have to deal with it and like get on with things here. And so traveling always puts me into that mode, and I always come back from my travels a bit more independent and strong. Gambia did that Gambia was big for that. Because Gambia, you know, there was no luxuries like there was in Dubai, where we were staying, like where we were. I mean, we stayed in a very nice place generally, but like what we were doing, our mission out there, and that kind of stuff. Like, bro, it was tough. Like the language barrier, the understand. Like you couldn't just call a taxi, and like, if it's all a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And so, bro, that teaches you independence, man.
Yeah.
So I think if you want to. If you're sitting here listening to this right now and thinking, I want to be at a position where I'm a bit more independent, a bit more not shook, travel. Yeah, man, travel. Go travel by yourself, because that puts you in that mode where you have to survive now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I even coming here to Dubai last year put me in that, because when I came to Dubai last year, I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't been to Dubai for years. And before, when I came when I was a kid, it was nothing like this.
What do you remember from when you came as a kid?
No, none of these big buildings.
What was the experience you had? Were you in swimming pools and beach and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, but it was a family holiday, so like I was looked after and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was my first like time coming here. Like I was with my wife, so I was looking after her. So I was very much so had to be the leader. And bro, it did that for me. Like I had to make the plans, the decisions. I had to figure things out. Like we have to go here, like this, that, the other. And it taught me independence, man. And so now I'm here in Dubai.
You want to be independent, don't you?
I want to be independent.
You want to run off by yourself?
Nah, I don't.
You do, but I've heard you say it a few times.
Like. No, I actually don't. I want to spend all my time with you, but you've got
no, we'll spend time.
A couple of things to do.
No, we'll spend lots of time.
Yeah.
But you should go off for half day by yourself. See what kind of adventure you have.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I swear I've heard you say that.
No, I actually don't want to do that.
You're not?
No, I don't think so.
It would improve your independence.
But
what's the benefit? You're just going to be in this big seat by yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to experience it.
I'm both be like, it's weird.
I'd rather like go with you. Like, let's say we go up to the mall or something, and then like do something where we just hit up a coffee shop for like an hour, and like we could do some. I could do some thinking. Like, not necessarily. I don't want to take a whole day out by myself. No way. Nah, that'd be.
Josh is coming.
Yeah, when is he coming?
You'll see Josh. Josh is coming out. Today is Thursday. I think he's coming out Saturday or Sunday. I think he's coming out. So inshallah, he said he wants to. He's going to jump on the last Freshly Grounded we do. If it all works out with timing and stuff, we'll get Mr. Josh LaMonica live in Dubai for our final podcast of Dubai. How does that sound?
Did you say Monday?
No.
Sorry,
Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. When are we going? Monday.
We're going Monday night. Yeah.
I think which is, what day is that? 25th.
Monday night is the.
Oh no.
What, are we going to miss him?
No, 25th is Monday. So he's out on the 25th.
He's out, because you told me he's out on the 25th, bro. And I was thinking that we're not going to see him.
No, we are.
Oh, we are?
We have to. Why wouldn't we see him?
Hold on, we definitely going to.
So we thought you said we're going late. It's Monday night.
Oh, he's coming early, is he?
I hope so. This is the whole point of Dubai.
Yeah. If we can get an episode with Josh LaMonica...
I think he's there morning.
If we can get Josh LaMonica... Bro, the Josh LaMonica episode was very highly... what's the word? Like, people loved it. You know that?
Yeah. He's a very popular guy, man.
Yeah, but people really enjoyed how he like came across and everything, man.
I'm asking him now.
Man, like Josh. Where's he right now? In the UK?
He's in the UK, yeah.
That's a rare thing for Josh.
Yeah, he's there for a little minute. He's there for
doing his thing.
He's there for a few weeks. He's next going to Brazil. Just come back from Russia.
Oh, he just came back from Brazil, didn't he?
Yeah, he's going back to Brazil.
Really?
There was a high demand. He's going to go and do like 2 days again there.
Oh, I remember what you were telling me about him in Brazil. He was loving him there.
Yeah. There's videos of him, like, considering he just cuts hair, you would think he's like a rock star. Because the people, like how like he was running on stage and just all he had is a water spray. He would spray it into the crowd like that, and they were all jumping, shouting. Like, I showed my dad. You've seen it, yeah? I showed my dad it. He couldn't believe it. It's like, rah, you're like a rock star, but he's just cutting hair. It's mad. It's mad.
Josh is a very inspiring person. We spoke about that before, innit?
We've spoken about it lots of times. He's very inspiring.
Should I tell you someone else who I find very inspiring, who is actually here in Dubai?
Who?
Ustad Tim Humble.
Yeah.
And so he has an institution here in Dubai called Kalama Institute, and we're in Dubai and we're going there tomorrow morning, inshallah. And the plan was to go there and go to his lecture, but it turns out that he's not going to be there, and it's actually Ustad Abdul Rahman that's going to take the lesson.
Which is alhamdulillah, which is
Which
good.
alhamdulillah, yeah.
Yeah, but Tim Humble
We did want to meet Tim Humble though, yeah.
Inshallah, we'll meet Tim Humble at some point. Maybe he's in Dubai, maybe he's there, we don't know.
I'm really looking forward to going to Ustad Abdul Rahman's class tomorrow, because he doesn't know I'm here, and I have a really good relationship with him. Yeah. So when he sees me, he'll be so like,
Brilliant.
I mean, it'll be that one thing where you're like, hold on, why is he here? Like,
yeah,
he'll probably give me a nice hug. Yeah.
He's a very knowledgeable brother.
Very knowledgeable.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, but with Tim Humble, so when I was in Etikaf this year, I watched a lecture by Tim Humble called Abracadabra. And bro, I think I might have mentioned in the podcast last week.
Yeah, you
I?
breezed over it.
Bro, Abracadabra, basically, because he does ruqya as well.
Yeah.
And he does ruqya as prescribed by the Quran and Sunnah.
Completely.
Yeah.
And do you know what? He doesn't even talk about the things that he's witnessed and seen during it, because it's like. Yeah.
And he got asked, how many other people do you know that are doing ruqya like properly? And he goes, in the UK, I can think of a couple people who are doing ruqya properly. Like, he really was struggling. Anyway, so I watched his Abracadabra lecture and I was hooked, bro. Not on the yes, on the knowledge that he was dropping, but more also on him, bro. Like, the way he was speaking, his knowledge, and he was talking about magic and the shayateen and shaitan, how magic, where it comes from, and like what these magicians have to do. This is horrible, like the shirk they have to commit, and about how we shouldn't even like encourage magic with our children in the sense of like these little magic games, like card games and stuff. At all, you shouldn't go near it. He explained it. Like, that might sound extreme if you listen to his lecture. It's beautiful. And but then when I watched that lecture, I was a bit interested in him, so I started watching his story and that kind of stuff. And
have you heard his story?
He converted when he was 14.
14, yeah.
Yeah, and then he went to study in the University of Medina, and he basically said that his personality trait is like the type of personality where if he wants to do something, he has to do it properly. Or was that Yusha Evans who said that, actually? Maybe it was both of them. That is a really nice pendant you're wearing. I feel like it was stabbed.
Careful, it was sharp.
Actually, it was careful.
Nice, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Alhamdulillah, man.
Stabbed with a pendant of a cutthroat. Like, it's really nice.
Can't really see it on the thing, but
you can see it on that one probably.
Yeah, a little cutthroat thing there. Yeah. But yeah, you were saying Tim Humble, more importantly.
Yeah. So I got captured onto his story a bit. Yeah. It's a beautiful story, and then I started watching more lectures of his, and the way there's a lack of speakers in the UK, and there's a few who teach like Quran and Sunnah as understood by the companions. I'm not saying there's lack of them like by the stretch of the margin, but there's a lack of them who can relate to the youth, and who speak to the youth in the youth's language, and I think that he does that. And he's captivating and he's understanding.
He's very understandable, isn't he? Like, I, if anyone
he's very intelligent.
Very intelligent. New Muslims or anyone who's interested in Islam, I think, although they're quite intense, some of the talks, like how he talks about Islam makes it perfect sense. So softly, calmly, it's very easy to listen to. I love listening to his lectures. I always have done. And not only is he actually nice to listen to, and actually it's easy to listen to, but the topics he discuss are like there's the
wealth management.
You told me about that one. Which one? Wealth management.
I listened to wealth management. Really good, yeah. Well, see, I do listen to stuff that you recommend.
Don't you think doesn't it make you feel better?
Yeah, it does.
It makes your financial problems, your stresses, like seem like a tiny little ball that you can flick away. Yeah, that's it. And that is the reality, man. Abracadabra. He's done Traps of Shaitan. He's done the Magic series, where I think I mentioned it briefly last time. And he's got all the videos of like the Saudi police, of where they found like the magicians who are doing like the real serious stuff.
Really?
And they basically before the guy got killed, they had to reenact. Because magic is serious, isn't it? Like serious sin. My man was reenacting what he did, and obviously it's haram to wear head to toe red.
Yeah.
My man was dressed head to toe red. He's cutting off he didn't obviously do it, but he cut off the head of a chicken, you spray that blood all around the room, all over yourself.
Man.
And it's just like these really bizarre rituals. Like we can't understand, like I said last time, you can't understand like, the world of the unseen and the shayateen and the jinn and stuff. It's a world that we like, it's there, it's with us, but we don't really know about, do we? And it's bizarre. And some of the things that Tim Humble touched upon, like, is incredible to learn about because, like I said, it's a deep, strange, weird topic, the unseen, but Tim Humble almost tries to show you like an insight to the unseen with just like random things that the jinn get people to do, and it's fascinating. I really highly advise spending some time with like listening to Tim Humble because he talks about some very, very, very interesting subjects, and it's very, very easy to listen to and very, very easy to gain knowledge from him, man.
I also listened to a lecture of his called Advice to Teenagers.
Yeah.
Have you listened to that one?
It's quite a short one.
It's about an hour.
Yeah, short.
It's Q&A, yeah. Which, obviously I'm not a teenager, but I thought let me just listen to this because I'm sure that there's a Q&A. It's Q&A for teenagers, that's what it's called. And it was the end of his, I think Kalima, they do a teenage retreat. So they take a couple of teenagers out and they like, you know, chill out, they bond and they teach himself, etc., etc. They get to ask questions. And so he was answering some of the common questions that came up that he didn't get to answer there. And one thing he spoke about that surprised me is that he's speaking about one of the things that he fears the most for the teenagers. And what do you think would have been in that kind of
fitna for women?
Yeah, fitna of women, maybe money, fitna of money, drugs, that kind of stuff. But one thing he mentioned, which surprised me, is that he said that really, really worries him a lot when it comes to teenagers, is the fitna of horror movies.
Really?
Yeah. And he said that because he said, obviously teenagers and teenage guys and even us guys are like, you're almost attracted to it because you want to show that you're not scared first of all. You want to, it's cool like with your boys and that kind of stuff. But he said that the reason is because it's making you fear the shaitan, yeah? And he said that you might sit here and say, oh, but horror movies don't scare me. But he said that gradually they make you fear the shaitan. Just little things that you'll come home and you're like, you'll be a bit, oh, why did that happen? Or whatever. And he said, I don't care. I don't want to say he said because I don't want to say something that he didn't, but he was from his talk, what you could get is that he was mentioning stuff like how even if you say you're not scared, it gradually will get to you. It attempts to make the person scared of the shaitan, and it's just evil basically is what he was saying. So he says one of the things he fears a lot for the teenagers is watching horror movies and reading horror novels. His advice is completely
because it encourages fear of shaitan.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons. Yeah, encourages fear of shaitan.
It's not. I don't think it's a healthy thing watching horror films, man. I was talking to Glenn about it. Strange enough about horror films. Really? He made a good comment. He said, "What's the point in watching all these films of glorifying like the ones that glorify jinn and stuff? Like, what's it going to bring? What's it going to bring to you other than negative? Because if you're sitting there like getting gassed over about you're watching jinn on the TV, like you're watching things about people getting haunted and people getting possessed and this, that, and the other." Okay, fine. People watch it as a film and think it's nothing, but it's actually the reality of life. It's actually a true thing. So, like, even encouraging it and watching it and like in enjoying like watching people, like he said, it can't. What benefit can it bring? And it's very, very true.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man.
It's not going to bring angels around you, is it? Watching like
it was very beneficial that Q&A series, and surprisingly beneficial for someone who isn't a teenager.
Josh is coming out on Sunday, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, what could we do next on Monday?
We need to.
Yeah. I bought the third mic. There's nothing stopping us.
He wants to, isn't it?
Should we do it where he's at?
Do where I'm at.
Yeah.
Well, we're at.
Yeah.
Going to be at. Yeah, we're not going to his hotel, man. His wife's there.
I thought he's staying in the same place as you.
Nah, I don't even know where he's staying, to be fair.
Is he okay with him? I don't want to like bother
his wife.
I don't want to bother his trip with his holiday with his wife by making him come out for 2 hours and do a podcast. Will that be okay with him?
Yeah, he's here for like a week.
Did he enjoy it last time?
Yeah, I loved it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Hard man to read.
You can't read him, bro.
Impossible to read. Can you read him? I'm sure you can by now. Can you?
Yeah, I have an idea, but you can't.
You'll never get the
he's
full
deep.
list.
He's complex. But yeah, I understand what he likes and what he doesn't like. He's a very, very driven, motivated guy. He's got like literally one thing in his mind. He's just working towards it. Doesn't really like. If anything, doesn't really like. If it isn't like a benefit, he's got no time for it.
Yeah,
which is good. Yeah, of course. He's got no time for time wasters. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, he liked it, and he's going to do it.
And is he on doing another episode?
Yeah.
He said that, yeah. Sick. Let's get him on there, man. It was an episode that people would love a lot.
I know a lot of people have discovered us through that his name. And
yeah. So we call it Freshly Grounded Joshua the Warrior too.
Yeah, inshallah.
With that being said, Sam, we've had a decent podcast.
Yeah, we've had. It's what this podcast is about. Is we're letting the viewers and listeners know we've touched down in Dubai.
We're here. We landed safely.
Alhamdulillah. We're in Dubai for Freshly Grounded.
Yes.
It's brought us out here, which is a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's beautiful just seeing this small little concept of us having a conversation grow into the fact that we're sitting in Dubai
because of Freshly Grounded.
Because of it. So Alhamdulillah, man. So
what we're doing right now is the main reason we were out here in Dubai.
Of course. This is it. We'll do. I reckon the other one after we've experienced a few days of Dubai will be stronger. This is literally two tired young Muslim men.
Now people like it, man.
Sitting on the sofa. Don't
undermine yourself, but people like you.
We're just filling in.
Do you know why? People love you.
We're just filling in.
Sorry,
Get off me.
I just put my hand there. What was
I going to say?
I don't know.
This is just a short little podcast, letting people know.
Short little man.
The next one, after we've had our experiences, who knows what's going to happen in the next few days?
Guys, sorry, Sam. Listen, dude.
What?
We out here on Freshly Grounded because of a sponsorship, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What if there's someone listening right now and says, hey, I want to sponsor Freshly Grounded. Maybe they don't want to bring us over to their country. Fine. But maybe they just want their shout out at the beginning of the episode to be heard by thousands of people. Maybe they want their product in the video. Maybe they want a little shout out. Maybe they want us to try out their products and recommend the products.
It would be a very powerful platform. Do you know what? Alhamdulillah, the businesses that I've got have benefited from this podcast. Especially 59, we're a proud sponsor of this beautiful podcast. But the amount of people, alhamdulillah, that I see coming in and out because of this podcast is great. It shows the power of this of this conversation that we have, because people come from all over the place, man. International, up north. They drive. I think when they get there, it made me think, wow, I thought maybe it would be a bit bigger than this.
Is that what they say?
Nah, but obviously people travel, like there's a group of people came from Manchester. It's a long way to travel to have a cup of coffee. Alhamdulillah. Point is, it's powerful. It's a powerful platform, guys. So if you want to sponsor us, drop us an email.
Yeah, drop us an email. hello@freshlygrounded.com. Say hi. If you have feedback, anything like that, suggestions, hello@freshlygrounded.com. Guys, we do read our emails, and I don't want anyone to be upset with us when we don't reply. Literally, this podcast it's not got a massive production team behind it. It's not got a massive team behind it. Like, if you guys saw, like, we come over here to Dubai together. We haven't even got a producer for this episode. We just spent the last 45 minutes setting up the podcast ourselves. Like, it's not a big operation. So when we get the emails, it's not impossible, but it'll be very hard to reply to every single email, considering everything else that we have to get done. But we do read all the emails, and
we enjoy your emails. And some of them have really touched us.
They have.
And some of those emails and the feedback that we've had from you is the reason why we're still here doing it.
It's true.
Because there's been some really powerful, positive things that people have said from this Freshly Grounded. And this is why we're doing it, guys. We're here to benefit people. This is an alternative for music. It's general, it's easy, it's light.
It's chilling,
it's
man.
Harmful.
You're in our conversation.
It's not harmful. It's harmless. It's harmless.
Yeah, it's harmless. Guys, but with that being said, listen, we're going to be banging out another episode, inshallah, while we're here in Dubai. So keep it locked. We should have another one very soon, in a couple of days. With that being said, probably by Tuesday the latest, or Tuesday, Wednesday, inshallah. With that being said, guys, assalamu alaikum. Look after yourselves, and please do that. Do look after yourselves.
Please do. Assalamu alaikum.